Hello everybody, it's Wyvern here with a continuation of our Sanctus Reach campaign with the, I guess, second story mission, and fifth campaign mission we'll be doing with the Knights Strike Back. So, basically the gist of it is that Imperial Knights can't follow orders and need to be bailed out by Imperial Guard. This campaign does seem to have quite a few more story missions, so I'm definitely hoping these will be more fun or better, I guess, than the because Legacy of the Weirdboy and the other Space Marine campaigns had very few, in general, had very few missions. So, by the look of it, it seems that we're simply pushing through, and it's basically a very linear mission. By the look of it, you just push forward. Now, we do get knights, which is pretty cool. Some basilisks, hellhounds, chimera, but I don't think the chimera is going to be, well, maybe it will be useful. We'll see. We have a very limited force here. We can get 2 commissars, not just 1, but 2. We'll bring some knights errant, I think. Those will be a good idea. It's just very expensive, and that's instantly the most of our money eaten up right there. We'll bring the Hellhound because I think that's a good choice, and that leaves us with a whole bunch of infantry to bring. So we're going to bring, I think we'll bring some guardsmen. We'll bring the Chimera to transport them in. We'll bring a single commissar. I don't think I'll bring 2. I don't think that's really necessary. You know what? We can bring some Ogrin and some. I don't know if I should bother with flamers or. I don't really think the Sentinel's going to be worthwhile because the Sentinel simply is. We can either bring grenade launchers, or actually we'll just bring some lasguns. But I don't really think the Ogrin are. Sorry, not the Ogrin. The Sentinel's really worthwhile because I already have an Imperial Knight Warden. All these Imperial Knights who should be, I think, be able to handle basically any enemy armor that shows up. And I think this is what we're going to roll with. 3 knights, I think, should be more than enough to essentially. They basically one-shot every infantry unit with their stomp ability. So it should be fairly simple and straightforward. Yeah, we can't really kite around or skirt around the edges of anything here. So I guess without further ado, we'll just push forward now. There is some cover there. There's some Gretchen with blunderbusses. Now, I'm not entirely sure how the battle cannon works, so we'll give it a shot here. And it's basically just a very big auto cannon. So there's actually gonna be some use for the heavy stubber here, because actually the heavy stubber I think has been made. So it's actually been made a bonus weapon. So it's before the heavy stubber was basically. Can we hit these guys? We cannot. So before the heavy stubber was basically like the can we hit them? We can. So before the heavy stubber was basically just like it was an additional weapon, and it made it practically useless because why use a heavy stubber when you have a bunch of all this monstrous firepower? But now I think it's got a bit of a legit purpose. We're going to load up these guys in the transport. We're not going to be able to load everybody up. Can push the. I actually do think the Hellhound will be fairly useful here, just because the. We can actually. Oh, Iron Storm missile pod. Let's see how that goes. Oh, that's not amazing, but not bad either. And it actually seems to have killed some stuff outside of. That was a rather pitiful round of shooting. I don't. And we can't. The flamethrower won't hit that far, so. And this guy can't shoot that far. We can. The Chimera is loaded up to almost capacity. We can push it up to here. I don't know if the Commissar will be able to. He will be able to load up, which is good. That's all good. We'll push up to here, and then we'll try to hit these knobs with a multi-laser, and I think we should be able to finish them off. They don't really have that much HP. Well, maybe not. Maybe at this range, the Chimera is just not accurate enough. It's okay though. We'll push forward with the guardsmen. Maybe get some pot shots in. You kind of expect the Imperial Guards to be able to shoot either underneath the knight's legs, all things considered. They are kind of a lot shorter. Plus, it's not likely that a lasgun's going to do damage to him. So they're gone. And I could either finish off the orc shooters. I think I'm going to finish off the Gretchen though. Just to get some guaranteed XP. It is a little cheeky. I'm simply trying to farm some XP there, but oh, there's actually a forced turn cooldown on the missile pod. That kind of sucks. That's okay. We can live with that. There's a whole bunch of orc boys there. This is a big waste of ammunition. This first control point is absolutely the defenses on are an absolute joke. I could actually see the Gretchen though being much more useful now for orcs than before if you play against Imperial Guard, because you can just get free Gretchen, and I assume they'll do some damage to the Imperial Guard. They can definitely soak up that nasty ranged fire Imperial Guard will bring against you otherwise. So you can go here, and some of these orc slugger boys down with the heavy stubber, which it's not amazing damage, but it's some damage for sure. Unfortunately, the battle cannon, it's not like the Lehman Russ battle cannon, which uses Lehman Russ's battle cannon, of course, does splash, which is pretty awesome. But slowly but surely, we are chewing through these guys. It's going to take a little. Actually, I might be able to honestly. And that looks like that looks to be like ice down there. I'm gonna try to burn through these guys with some heavy bolter fire. That was quick. We don't really have the range for that. We could actually, though, I could push the Basilisk forward and drop this shot on those guys, which takes out most of those units, and I don't quite have the range for everything else back there. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up going after those Gretchen all the way back there with the Blunderbuss. I'll try the Avenger Gatling Cannon, just to see how it looks. It's a lot of shooting. A lot of shooting for 10 points, but that was very amusing to watch, I won't lie. We could shoot those guys, but that's honestly a waste of game, but we can't shoot. Can we? It looks like we don't actually have the range for that. So we should have the first control point fairly soon. There's a whole bunch of Gretchen. It does, of course, those Scorching Knobs could do some damage, so we should definitely play things maybe a little safer than what I'm doing right now. But it doesn't seem like the Shooters are really capable of doing very much, and this Def Copper, well, actually tanked through that surprisingly well. But I think we should be able to bust through these guys fairly quickly and efficiently. Unfortunately, this whole ice field here is just going to be a pain in the rear. Actually, okay, looks like I can simply cross right over. But that's a lot of flyers. Holy heck. Okay, so we're going to have to... And it seems that... Okay, not entirely sure how that works. How one moment my shooting is barely doing anything to the Def Kappa, and the next it's shooting it down. You can't quite reach those Def Kappas. That's a lot of Def Kappas. This one with a rocket launcher. Well, the Avengers, I think, should bring this down. I thunk wrong. We'll try again. Take two. There we go. Slowly but surely, though, we are kind of clearing things out. And we can, of course, push the Basilisk forward, which is trundling along slowly but surely, and eventually we'll get there. We can now focus on these guys, and hopefully just kind of help break this whole box here, which is a total nuisance. I don't know. Not entirely sure where the runt herder went. There he went. This is actually a lot of enemies that I would rather not be dealing with right now. So we're actually going to focus on the Combi Scorcher first. Put that down, and then we'll focus on the Orc boys. And realize we're not doing very well there. But now we can kind of stride forward with some confidence here. The Titan can't shoot there. Or the Titan, the Walker can't quite reach that, but could shoot those Orc boys with the Shuda, or we could focus on the Runt Herd, which I think is what I'm going to do, because I want to. If I can put him away, then the Gretchen will no longer be a problem. Well, they will be for a little bit, but not. They'll be. There won't be any more summons. Basilisk is out of actions. Ogren need to push up, and I think that's almost it. It's kind of, well, I could push forward a tiny bit. I don't really. There's a little to be done there. I don't turn hull, but I simply need to get the Hellhound into flamer position. You can see there's a whole bunch of troops there. Holy heck! But knobs. Chimera's taking some flanking fire, but it should be able to tank through it, I think. It's just pistol fire. The Warboggy just got owned. I love how it tanks through the Knight's Melta Cannon, though, or it's basically a Melta Cannon. This could be bad, actually. So this guy actually causes immobilization when he hits. Yeah, you can see or maybe this might be a percentage chance to stun. Well, that was what I was hoping to avoid by putting him down, but it did not work out. It's very frustrating, actually, when you're playing a Space Marines and he manages to immobilize one of your high-value targets, like, say, Terminators. If he gets the jump on him, he can actually immobilize him. They actually damaged the Knight's Gretchen with pistols. Damaged the Knight for 3 HP. It's mildly ridiculous. The fact that they can even do any damage to the Knight is kind of crazy. Just hoping the Chimera can hold out. 22 damage from Shudas. Honestly, this is ridiculous. You think that would be a lot more survivable? That's okay. So most of them are gone, which is good. And yeah, we're just kind of rocking and rolling. We'll keep pushing on. So, let's see how we're going to do this. So we should be able to nuke down the Runt Herder. There we go. Single shot. And then we can... Not entirely sure how I want to split up the damage here. I'll go up to the knobs with the Paladin's main gun. And then we'll finish off the Warbuggy with the Heavy Stubber's fire. And... It's interesting that the Heavy Stubber does like 2 rounds of shooting. It's just a little strange. There's some Orc boys there, but what I definitely want to finish off if I can is these Slugganobs. But unfortunately, they got a whole bunch of spaced armor from all those Gretchen that got in the way. So, finally they're all gone. It's perfect. And now we can use the Heavy Stubber on these Sluggas. And that, I don't know, this guy's Heavy Stubber shoots a lot less than the than the other one. So this is pretty messed up. I can't shoot because I'm stunned. So basically all I can do is throw the Ogren forward and try to destroy these routes. And then go after these guys. And push some Imperial Guardsmen forward and do the same. These are just orc boys and sluggers though, so unfortunately this is not going to be the best investment, I guess. We could fire back there and promptly miss. Those were, what was my chance to hit there? Couldn't have been that low. We'll fire the thermal cannon and get rid of him that way. There we go. And now hopefully this heavy stubber can just finish these guys. Oh, I can't. But it's okay. It's okay. We're slowly but surely we're just grinding our way through. These flash kits are a nuisance. I will not lie, but... And I could, of course, deploy stuff from that Chimera, but I don't really want to do that if I can at all avoid it, just because I want to keep it as safe as possible. This Imperial Guard is very susceptible to damage. Perfect. Actually good. You know, being able to model sniping like that's actually not bad. Because cutting out so much of their DPS is just very, very important when dealing with units like flash kits. Or these guys over here are a nuisance. They're gonna have to be dealt with somehow. I mean, either the Basilisk is just gonna have to trundle forward, and probably it's gonna have to come down to the Basilisk, I think, to nuke those guys down. Hopefully we get the kill. It did. Perfect. So we'll finish him off. Basilisk is still kind of limping along. It's kind of behind. I don't know where the helicopters went. Here we are. We're going to go after flash kits and just try to knock down. That did not quite work out the way I intended, but that's okay. And we'll be able to hopefully do some damage here with the stubber. The stubber does some damage. It's nothing impressive, but it's a tangible. It's. Can we actually? Oh, we can just walk over that. It's interesting. I'll try to use the Avenger on the knob. Actually, kill those guys by accident. Currently, I don't really want to use the rockets because these aren't really worthwhile units, in my opinion, for focusing down with the rockets, which is a little unfortunate. But what can you do? Now I could. All right, so they're gone. That's good. I don't really want to. I'll focus on the knobs for now. Just try to focus them down and drop their HP enough. With the big shooter there, I don't want to deploy infantry because obviously I can't choose who I do or don't deploy. And if I had deployed a unit I did not want to deploy, that could, or a unit that's susceptible to being wiped out quickly, that could be disastrous. Now that was pretty bad shooting. I'm not going to use the heavy stubber on that. Oh, no, I will because it's the only option. Grand total of 7 HP, which is whatever. It's okay. It's a passable amount. Now, you could flamethrower, but I don't know, just use the heavy bolter, which is nothing. We tried. I do wish I could make the. You can actually use our blast gun over here on this guy. It does a little bit, but I actually got a blind on him, which is perfect. I forgot that these guys have that ability. I always forget what upgrades I have on unit. One of the things I'm a little worried about is about getting backcapped by all those. Because AI, of course, got a lot of flyers. Charging into knights with a single kill can, that's probably the gutsiest orc I've ever seen. That's not good. Look at this Chimera being almost dead. If I cancel it. Oh, shield's disabled. That's really not good. That was actually a pretty crazy shot. Nice. Now we can't quite hit that Def Kappa. And for some reason we're not. Oh, it's because of the vehicle, which I didn't realize. Oh, that's a lot of angry orcs. Oh boy. We'll roast these guys. That was actually a mistake. I don't know why I focused on the Gretchen. We'll turn our hull to face them. Now use the Imperial Guardsmen to mop up the grots, because that's otherwise this is a waste of my knight's time and effort. Then I can move to here. Oh boy, that's actually really not good, because losing the shields actually makes me pretty susceptible to some of the nastier weapons the AI has, of course. I might be able to get some use out of the Basilisk. I'm going to keep it moving because I don't want to have the Basilisk immobilizers staying in one place and falling behind the main column. But I should be able to help bust these guys' morale up. Oh no, that was really bad. We'll throw the smoke grenade there, and that should block enemy line of sight. Should have blocked enemy line of sight, but it doesn't seem to have cast. I can't see the smoke grenade anywhere. It's frustrating. That's incredibly frustrating. If that didn't go off, that's actually really bad. But I can, I guess, now shoot at the battle wagon. 112 damage, not bad. No, not joke level damage. It's good. Now we can fire our rockets over here. Which actually does a good amount of damage. We'll drop the Slugganobs with the Avenger. And then we'll try to drop the Combi Scorchinobs with the Avenger as well. That was some pretty bad shooting. I might have actually focused on accident on the unit above them, which is definitely not good. And yeah, I think that's it. That's as far as we can. That's all the moving we can really do. We'll inspire some morale, I suppose. And yeah, we lost our poor. And with the shields down on some of these knights, that's going to be a major problem. They still have good armor. They're still rather survivable, but they're going to be a lot less so. As you can see, this guy's lost his shields, so he's taking some damage. As the shields cut out about, I do believe it's 50% of the damage you normally take get blocked. You can see these crazy copters just zipping around, being a nuisance in the back line. At least they're missing, but we've got to mop them up with some unit. Might have to commit. Well, we'll see what I'll commit to them. But at least they're finally gone. They should probably level up some of these. Some of these knights are probably going to level up fairly shortly. But how am I going to do this? I'll have to double back with the Imperial Guardsmen. These are so many. I don't understand why there's so many Def Kappas. So frustrating. Alright, let's see how we're going to do this. We can. Well, actually, the Basilisk is almost leveled, so Actually, the Hellhound didn't take too much damage there, which is perfect. And then I can use it to roast some orcs. The perfect part here is that I'll then be able to use the Knight Paladin who didn't have vision on this battle wagon to hopefully lay some fire down on it. And then drop some stubber fire on these guys, because I don't think the stubbers will do much to the battle wagon. I'm gonna move this guy back to try to put these annoying helicopters into the ground. Unfortunately, okay, I'd rather take the extra attack per turn. Now we can actually use the heavy bolter here, so we're going to use that against Def Kappa with just a tiny bit of damage. Our Ogren are back there. Our Knight. Does not actually succeed in killing the Combi Scorcher. And it's not doing too hot against the battle wagon, and then it takes a huge meaty hit there, which is really not good. And it looks like that whole smoke grenade just didn't go off for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. At least at this range, though, the plasma guns are doing some major work. They're just pulping that poor guy. Look at that, 53 damage, and it's probably didn't quite finish him. That was much worse. So. Some of the Knights are definitely struggling here. They're definitely taking some excessive damage. He didn't make it very far. That's perfect. The Guard's plasma guns, holy heck, they're good. That was a very bad shot. I wish you could make... I really wish there was more customization options for return fire or reaction fire. Because right now it's very easy to bait it out, and there's no real way... Oh boy, this is going to be brutal. And but right now it's very easy to just bait out reaction fire, and then that's probably going to do quite a bit. Oh, it's doing surprisingly little. Imperial Guard vehicles are surprisingly tanky from the head on, but not entirely sure why that. Oh no, it's actually got shots at the Basilisk from like across the map. Oh, and the Basilisk doesn't have a lot of HP. We're gonna have to go recover that, just because those dumb copters get to fly around. Oh boy, these knights are taking some nasty damage. I don't really have any way of repairing them, so every bit of damage they take is permanent. These guys are pretty friggin' inept. Congratulations to the most inept. Oh my god, what is this shooting? How are these guys so bad at killing one of the most? Oh my god, that was pathetic. The Ogren I'm really not impressed with, honestly. I can get a frag grenade, carapace armor. I'll take carapace armor because the grenades are nice and all, but that's good. There we go. Increased AP I think is pointless, but increasing hit points is going to be nice on a knight which already has very respectable hit points. So we can go after some orc boys here, I think, because the Gretchen are honestly an absolute waste of effort. Try to go after the battle wagon. Just slugging out with this battle wagon though is painful. It's going very poorly for my knight. We'll push up to here. We'll just try to overwhelm this battle wagon with plasma fire, but even that's not doing too hot. Now over here, there we go. All right, they both got brought down, which is nice. And now we can march back and leave this to the otherwise useless. Leave the recovery effort to the otherwise useless commissar. There's this thing here, so we're gonna have to destroy that. By next turn, we should have that in our grip. We can move over here and fire some Earthshaker rounds over there, and hopefully disrupt that a little bit. And hopefully we can put those guys down. Perfect. So this trying to get this Hellhound into a better spot. That guy's out of options. You can shoot this guy with a heavy stubber. I really need to get some self-repairs on some of these knights, because right now they're just not able to really stay alive. Actually, that's not true. They're able to stay alive. They're just not able to. Well, no, they're struggling a bit to stay alive. Honestly, that's what it comes to that. Hopefully, we'll have that back soon. Oh no! Now we're taking a flanking fire. Fortunately, tanked through one. Oh, spaced armor. Yeah, we'll see. At least I have the spaced armor here. The wreck of the battle wagon. The Gretchen shouldn't be able to do very much. The Paladins should have their armor back, their shields back up. I need to get control of 4, I believe. I need to toggle the objectives right after this turn, just to see what the exact requirements are. But I think I'm supposed to control 4 objectives on the map, and that could be a bit of a nuisance. I don't know how. We'll see how difficult that is. We're taking some nasty fire. Of course, the Paladin isn't that good at dealing with the mobs like this. I would be better off dealing with the troublemaker down south. But it actually looks like the AI decided to think better of it, and we'll get some flanking fire here with the plasmas. Perfect. I'm not entirely sure which of these is better. I'll try the Augur Array just because I'm not entirely sure which is better. We'll march the knight over here just because I don't want these guardsmen taking unnecessary damage from the Gretchen. As stupid as that may sound, I'm not entirely sure how tanky the Imperial Guard's boys are against Gretchen. So, yeah, the friggin' flash kits need to go. Once the flash kits are gone, I think basically yeah, at this point I can risk it. This is pretty friggin' well, I think. Heavy stubber against the Combi Scorchers. I should have possibly pushed forward and stomped on the Gretchen, but I didn't. So I'll push forward a little bit with these guys. Honestly, I'm finding that the Ogren are better used in range than in melee. Just because of how bad some of their combat capabilities seem to be. Now we could No, we'll nuke down the orc shooter boys. I'm almost leveled. If I can get leveled, that would be ideal. We'll finish out the Gretchen just to get him out of my hair. And I don't really think I have anything to shoot at otherwise. These guardsmen, of course, can shimmy on over here, put down the Gretchen with the Crowd Blaster. I do think it's important to put down all the annoying side units. Oh, there's actually a war buggy back there, so this is extra important, I guess. Just to make it a little easier on the guardsmen. Once I finish off that, though, it should be basically set. That guy's done shooting. Now we can move forward. This guy actually, he does have a flamethrower. Interesting. Oh, and I completely missed. There's a squad of guardsmen back there. It's one of those things. You easily. Some of these units are just so unassuming, but that's not good. Tank through it reasonably well. Battle cannon doesn't punch a hole through these guys through and through. Oh boy. I don't know how much HP these guys have. They might have pretty high HP per model. I didn't actually check or in the last turn. Shields are online. That actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. Are you kidding me? There we go. Now we'll be able to recover that next turn. The Commissar is on his way. Oh, that's actually not that much HP per model. I was expecting more. Now we can put these Mega Knobs down. There we go. That leaves just one. Who tanks through it like a champ. But we can hit him with a Ripper Gun. And realize that still doesn't do the trick. My Basilisk should finally be able to level up, though. There we go. Alright, so we can get additional cover bonus, or raised morale. So both of these are terrible, but we'll take the additional cover bonus, because that's less useless than the other ones. We'll drop the... So currently we have 2, but... So right now it doesn't look like we have that many... objectives. Actually, we actually have to control all of them. Oh, honestly, the Avenger's not not that bad against vehicles either. If there was some sort of upgrade to give you more AP on it, that would be ideal. But I don't think there is. But we actually, oh yeah, and we actually get a third turn of shooting just because of the silly Princeps or whatever it was thing upgrade we got earlier. So most VPs, blah blah blah. We can push the plasma guns forward and hopefully finally put this guy down, I hope. And then we're going to push here and go after the Pain Boy, actually. Because... And we can use the flamethrower, so we should be able to just... it's okay. It's not... I don't know if we'll be able to break his morale. He's, after all... Oh, no, it looks like he's actually going to lose morale. And once his morale breaks, of course, this guy's going to be pretty susceptible to just routing. I don't... These guys are... Well, we could try. I don't know if they'll be able to get an angle on him. Can I put this... I almost could. Tried to... If I... There's no way I can put a hole through that. That's really frustrating. There's one little... Well, actually... Perfect. We might be able to put this guy down. These guardsmen do... almost got him. Could risk it. Shoot through my own guys. It's a little bit... Nah. It wasn't worth it. I could go down there and capture that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let the guardsmen deal with that, because I want the knight up already. He's moving as fast as he can. I think that's really it for my army. We control 2 VPs. We're about to control 4 though. He healed himself, but he's gonna get shot in the back by angry Ogren. Now this is this shouldn't do very much. This looks like a shotgun blast. I think this has basically no AP damage on the Killican. Now let's see, how are we gonna do this? My Ogren actually leveled up, so I could get. I'm actually going to take a meta pack just because these guys have very high HP. So I'd rather just have them. Now, to be fair, the higher AP, plus they don't really do that much range damage. For example, with the plasma guns, I could almost see it as being valuable, just because the plasma guns are relying a lot, and I'm just bringing them to do a lot of range damage. But with the try to snipe the Gretchen. There we go. Perfect. Now we can stride forward with the knight. We're actually going to wipe these annoying knobs now out first, I think. Off they go. And then we'll go steal the Killican. Doesn't actually do. The Killican, I do believe, has like some reduction ability though for that reduces. I do believe the Killican has some of self-preservation ability or whatever that protects it and nearby allies. I think actually against ranged fire. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm confusing it with a different unit, but I'm pretty sure it's the Killican. So we're actually going to march forward. I think this might actually be too close. It is. It's a mistake, but. We'll try to do this with the battle cannon. And then finish these guys off with the heavy stubber. And fail. Oh, no, never mind. It's the second round of shooting. Perfect. I don't actually want to commit the Hellhound to this just yet. We don't have a Chimera anymore, which sucks. The good thing about that Chimera we lost is that I don't think it was a veteran variant. And on we go. We're down to the last quadrant or quad of. Basically, these first 4 objectives were way more scattered than the previous ones. We can mow these. We're basically just mowing through these guys at max range, and it doesn't, like, you're able to get away with basically anything you want with the knights. After we basically beat the biggest threat to us, which was all these wagons back here. Basically haven't had to fight a real threat. We'll finish these guys off with some basilisk fire, which saves me a bunch of time. I don't have to send troops after them. The basilisk is very useful, just only for that. I'm trying to just scout around and find where my opponent's troops are, but they seem to just be routed, basically. This has been a pretty easy mission. I obviously lost the Chimera, and it honestly comes down to my bad management of it, allowing it to get flanked by the Def Kappas and all that sort of stuff was just bad business. So, but by and large, this has been pretty easy stuff. If I could get. I don't know if this Knight Errant's already leveled up. If he has, then I'm not going to be able to heal him. But has he? He has not. He's actually close, but not quite there. So if I march to here, I might actually do. I'll probably be able to heal him just now once I finish these guys off. If I finish these guys off. Finally. Alright, so we can get. We could get better AP, which actually wouldn't be that bad, but we'll take recovery gear just because I think that's more useful on a knight. I'm not entirely sure how much of a heal it provides. It might be, all in all, it might be actually a pretty pitiful heal. We're going to try to mow down the Weirdboy. Because if I can kill the Weirdboy before he gets any fanciful ideas, that would be ideal. Well, if I can kill him with the Imperial Guard, even better. try to mow through those guys. We're just going to try to put down everything that's really a threat to our guardsmen, and that's, which is obviously the main role of the knight anyway. Try to put down these knobs, and then, if we have to, put down the rocket launcher and all that sort of stuff. I'm hoping the, there we go, the stubber does the job, and you can see the armor's absolutely ludicrous on these guys. Through the roof, really. And we're gonna... Oh my god. Poor guy's getting pulped. There goes the cover, but heavy stubber fire for the orc boys. The heavy stubber's like nothing impressive, but whatever. It's, you know, we don't really care about that. It's okay. Perhaps I shouldn't waste my fire on that, especially because I can no longer veteran up the basilisk. It's probably best to use that fire on alternative targets. Oh, these guys are desperately trying to catch up. They're not that slow, especially given how slow the knights are. Oh dear. This won't do too much damage because it's long range. And it's a basically non-armor piercing unit, but it's still going to do something. So, this guy's seriously not going to take reaction. All the knights just sit and watch as Weirdboy runs around. Oh well. But now he's not going to take orc boys rolling out. Unfortunately, it wasn't the flash kits. That is not terrible about baiting shots out, honestly. that was ultimate bait, though. It had already moved the flash kits around the edges. Oh no. I hope that didn't disable the shields. I do wish it showed if it disabled the shields. Try to put this buggy down with the Imp Guard. I'll just try to tear through the flash kits with some Avenger fire. Holy heck, this is just madness. Basically, this is, I can't really imagine any, at this point, especially because I got that big old burst of healing on my knights. Well, it's gonna get some return fire here, but though it's not doing, saying it's doing great damage would be a big stretch, but it's, it seems that the ice is actually like a troublesome area for, it seems that the ice is actually a troublesome area for track speed units to cross it. The knights are actually able to walk over it just fine, by the look of it, but not, might be able to sneak around. I'm going to try for sure. I could get the plasma guns around. I think that would be my best bet, honestly. We'll push forward to here. Try to hit this guy with a thermal cannon, which is doing very little. Especially because I didn't invest in armor, instead I invested in repairs. Armor piercing, instead I invested in repairs. That's basically mine. Plasma boys are still running around. Commissar is going to run here. I actually haven't even, I haven't really been picking up the control points. I've been more concerned with shutting down my opponent's troops. The Zgorkanot's gonna have to go. I think there's a new one that was. I think there was a new one added. I think the Morkanot was added. I could be confusing it with something. I think it was. I think it was the Morkanot that was added, and it's red and it has like a laser. I think. None of these units can really do much to the knight. That's just nice. I know that was frustrating. In the orc campaign was orcs have a lack of good armor piercing. Now this is a real problem though, loss of shielding. I'm gonna put the battle wagon down first, I think, and go from there. This is really bad because taking this pincering fire is a major problem. These guys I can put down with the basilisk, but oh boy. retreat behind cover, I think, and then try to put down the battle wagon first, and then so we'll swing the basilisk to here, and then we'll bombard there, and we'll miss because RNG. We'll actually center it up on the Killican and hopefully hit some of these guys. We did some damage there. We're not going to bother capping that because that's simply a waste. Fire the Iron Storms. Let's see if we can do some damage to this annoying battle wagon. It's doing very little. The only thing it's doing is some damage to its morale. Where's my guardsman? Perfect. We baited out the shot that I wanted to bait out. And we're not even going to bother trying to use the stubber against him. We'll just use that on the orc shoot us. But we will try to use the thermal cannon on him, which will actually break his morale, which is perfect. Now the thermal cannon is not ideal against these guys. It's more suited for the lighter infantry, but it does okay. There we go. Pulp them, and we should be able to finish off the Gretchen. We can actually get some shots with the plasma guns, but at this range, I don't think, even with some armor piercing on them, they're just not really able to do enough. We can try last gun fire. Last guns are doing more damage than the plasmas. 12 damage, holy heck, okay. Never underestimate the guard. I'm actually going to see about these mega knobs. We'll dash forward to the Prefectus. The Bane Wolf's just in a little bit of a crappy position there. We'll push the plasmas forward. And I'm hoping, well, the Gorkanaut's pretty beat up, already beat up a little bit, but hoping that we can put down these guys, the battle wagons, as soon as possible. I'm able to just annihilate the entire units and now that guy's baiting out some shots here, but they're honestly getting pulverized in turn. That's actually pretty. The Commissar's actually got. That's interesting. The Commissar actually has split fire. I assumed that it would all be on one target with the plasma pistol, but it's not. It actually gets spread out. Those guys are surprisingly accurate. No, actually, I guess they don't have to be very accurate. All they have to do is hit once or twice, and that's enough. Just because of how low the per model HP of the guards is. Did he friendly fire the Mega Knobs? I think he did. Maybe it was just showing incorrectly how much damage he hit the knife for, but I think he friendly fired at some guys. These guys won't do very much. I do wish you could fast forward through the ass turn, because I don't need to see every animation. Maybe you guys like that. I don't know. If you guys do, then it's great. But after a while, animations do get a little old. It's like and I know, for example, Civ has a whole option to not have to watch fighting, to just fast forward through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go after these Mega Knobs. We're going to try to nuke them down. There's actually some units behind them. Probably Gretchen, judging by the fact that they got destroyed. Now these guys are not doing too hot. We'll put these Gretchen down. And we'll see how much damage we can do to the battle wagon. I'd rather not If I can finish this battle wagon off with the commissar, that would be ideal. There we go. Okay, good. I was gonna say the less effort, the less I have to invest in putting down that. There's a. Is that the other battle? It is the other battle wagon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push this knight forward because I want to try to snipe that. And he's completely routed at this point, but I want to finish him off so he doesn't. Good. We'll finish him off. Hopefully the thermal cannon can do it in one round of shooting. It cannot. Come on, heavy stubber, give me something. And not. I'm gonna have to use every single shot on this guy. That was really frustrating, but. Yeah, he's out of places to hide. It still does have the Morkanat over there, but that's whatever. That's not actually, the Reprobate actually doesn't do enough to that. There's a handful of melee attacks that actually do. We could have actually shot at the Gorkanot, but oh well. Oh, I didn't realize the Augur Array is an activatable ability. I think I might have just wasted it, but whatever. I assumed it was. That was simply something you just got. I assumed it was just like a passive, but apparently not. It's okay. You live and learn. I don't think the Augur Array is really worth it then over the accuracy buff that I decided to not take in favor of it. The Avengers, so much damage though. I just wish I could consistently hit those flash kits. I get that they're hidden behind the killer cannon and all this crap, so it's a struggle to hit them, but still, would be nice. Just be able to worm a few shots in. Basilisk is not able to fire anymore. It's out of shots. Plasma guns are working their way forward, and I think that's really just it for this turn. It is. The knights are basically just solo carrying this hard. These guys are getting pulped. Down to one model before ever getting close. Still just doing some damage. I'm not entirely sure how long the I'm not entirely sure how long the second battle wagon. Actually, the second battle wagon I destroyed. I forgot I destroyed it. Actually, I was thinking it's still around and kicking, but it's not. I destroyed it with a lot of night fire. Frontally, most of the armored units in this game are honestly super tanky, and I'm not. It makes some sense. It's just frustrating when. Oh boy, that was actually pretty great. I didn't expect that much damage to go through, but oh, that was. I did not realize that there was another battle. I assumed there was only two, and they were just being moved around a whole bunch. But apparently there's three, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the Avenger up to here, and then have him hit the battle wagon to the side. And the battle wagon's actually getting torn apart by its own guys. The flash kits are shooting through it. Never shoot over vehicles, honestly. I don't think it's really like big vehicles like this, unless it's a very weak unit, like say Imperial, like say Guardsmen, trying to shoot at like infantry or something, and through like a Lehman Russ. Maybe that's viable. I think maybe. I'm not even entirely sure about that, but given how bad my experience with the Lehman Russ's side armor has been, I'm not even sure about that. But I think that's the only case where I'd legitimately consider just shooting through my own units. Like if it was a big, big unit. Oh boy, I should have been much more wary there. Perfect. Get some fire into him. Try to focus down the flash kits. He's almost dead. Perfect. Oh, actually, no, these are the... I actually shouldn't have wasted their fire on that, but oh well, I did. Well, that guy's actually full of stuff. We'll finish off these Mega Knobs and then go from there. Oh, this is just a I assumed this was a battle wagon with a cannon, but it's not. It's just a vanilla battle wagon. So that's a lot less of a problem. Imperial Guard is going to push forward. Basilisk is going to push forward. Nuke down these guys. We're actually firing over our knight into those guys, which is gonna take some nasty fire there from some annoying flash kits, but it's okay. We'll be able to put him down quickly, and then we go on to the Killican with the big shooter. Put some rounds into him, and the AI is basically out of options. They don't really have much to, at this point, fight me with. Dash on over to there with the Ogren. Hopefully I don't lose the Ogren to something, because they're all the Imperial Guard infantry, even the Ogren, are surprisingly squishy. I don't entirely know where I threw my Commissar. If he just died. I don't think he died. He's still around kicking somewhere. Oh, he's down here. He's just hidden. We'll do a 50 morale buff, because I'm sure some of these knights are wavering. And not really. Whatever. That's basically it. I don't really think there's much of anything else. We're just kind of trying to force him. Guy going down. The knights are just kind of the only problem here is that the knights are basically stealing all the glory, for lack of a better word. They're stealing all the XP from lesser units. They use a flamethrower on Imperial Knight. I don't understand the AI's logic. So I see the flamethrower used a lot from the AI, where they use the flamethrower on huge units or on armored units. I don't entirely get it, but AI likes to do that for some ungodly reason. That's just a vanilla battle wagon. We'll go after the Gorkanaut. Slowly but surely, it is breaking a little bit. We'll try to finish off the big shooter. We'll pivot and not do anything, because we'll finish off the burner boys with the stubber. We'll push these guys forward a little bit. Try to. I'll finish these guys off with the mega bolter, just to clear them off my back. Get some flank fire into the battle wagon. I'm not entirely sure if I can do them in one round of shooting, or one firing phase. It's actually it was actually less damage than I expected, given that it is perfect flank fire. Not that I'm saying it should be more. I honestly would wish the penalty for full flank was a little less. It seems pretty extreme, the amount of penalty you take for being flanked, but I was definitely surprised. But I thought that was a little low in comparison to what I usually see now. We'll be able to wipe those guys out. Perfect. And now we'll just heavy bolt to the Orc-Boy to slug us. So at this point, the AI's basically running out of options. They have a bunch of clowns camping back there. We can snipe with an Earthshaker. And the AI is basically out of options, I think, at this point. Yeah, at this point, we'll put some damage into these orcs. Shoot us. And we actually blinded them, so double perfect. And turn. He's actually just getting his flank, so that should be, I assume, bonus damage. 87. Holy heck. At this close range, the heat cannon will probably do good amounts of damage. I think it's actually hitting these poor last gun armed guardsmen down here. They took the brunt of the fire there. I feel a little bad for that. That wasn't an unintentional spaced armor right there. But it's okay. These orc boys are done. And Gretchen actually, I think, went down as well. Do some concentrated misses. I could try to get some flanking fire on this battle wagon. I'll turn the view just so I can see. I'll say at this point I don't have to actually fight these guys. I could simply we'll actually see how the Ripper Bandit does against this guy close. Okay, that's not terrible. And then we'll focus the Gorkanaut down with some flanking fire. And actually, I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do this. Oh boy, 1 damage. Well, oh boy, I actually did not expect, didn't realize he still had, I hadn't been paying enough attention, I suppose, and I simply didn't realize that he actually hasn't gotten his return fire in yet, or his, well, let's see who, more than most actually, all of these guys I think have leveled up, and the lasguns aren't about to get this, so... Unless the Chimera, well, we can try. Oh, we'll give it a shot. Why not? I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, it happened! We got... The Chimera doesn't level up quite, but it's 600, and we get the win. We obviously could have captured it, I just simply wanted to farm that. Because getting a Gorkanaut kill is always very nice. Now, we did get some nasty losses there. We did lose the... Well, not nasty losses, but we did lose the Chimera, specifically. You can see that I actually got way more resources than we did, about over 3 times. I'm honestly not sure at this point what the ratio is. Initially, I thought it was about 66% more when I saw some of the smaller missions, but now on most of these missions I've been doing, the AI's been outnumbered me by about 2 or 3 to 1, so I don't, in point value. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got a bunch of knights, so we got all basically everything in the match leveled up. We got a maxed out knight, we got a basilisk leveled up, we got 2 other knights leveled up, we got some guardsmen leveled, and yeah, Oaken leveled. So basically everything, or almost everything leveled except a handful of stuff. I think our commissar and maybe something else. It was a lot of fun. And that opens up a whole bunch of new skirmishes to do. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. If you have any comments, criticism, any questions about Sanctus Reach or anything like that, be sure to post them down in the comments, and I will respond as soon as I can. As usual, guys, I do appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.